Alan, after the disappointment of Saturday, that was just the kind of reaction you wanted from the team tonight.
Yeah, I think it's a great 3 points. You know, you only have to look at what Mark's done recently with the team, and they've had a real lift and a real change in fortune, and they've given themselves a great chance of you know, trying to pull away from the bottom. And it was always going to be a banana skin tonight, potentially, especially after Saturday. And well, to be honest, even besides Saturday, it still had the makings of that. But I thought the lads were very focused before the game. They were determined to not just put a performance in, but to get a result here. And I've got to say, they've done both.
Kevin and I were saying in commentary it would be nice to see the midfielders getting up there and getting on the score sheet again. And Scott Robertson obliged us very early.
Yeah, he did, and I think that settled everybody down. And then we've unfortunately conceded from. To be fair, it's a great strike. As a manager, you're always looking at, could we have done better? And yes, is the answer to that. You know, but it's still a great strike. But our response after that was great, because when that happened, it's very easy for players to feel a bit down on themselves and a bit sorry for themselves, and they never, you know, and the response to go and to them scoring was brilliant.
And good work from Jason Cummings to put us back ahead. He was dogged because he was in a real battle there for the ball in amongst several defenders, broke back his way a couple of times, and he finished it well. Yeah,
he gets opportunities. He certainly does do that. You know, there was times where, you know, we want his link-up play to be better and to be a bit tidier when he's on the ball. You know, but we forget to remember and all that he's 19 years old. You know, and he's the leading goal scorer in the league. You know, so he's obviously doing a lot right at this moment in time. And as long as he keeps scoring goals, it's great for him, because it is the be all and end all with Jason. You know, it's just scoring goals, and I'd like him to concentrate on other parts of his game at times. You know, but you can't deny him the fact that he's scoring goals.
Livingston went down to 10 men 10 minutes or so before half time. People probably think, oh, that's it, game over. It's never quite as easy to play against 10 men as some people think.
No, it becomes more difficult, because, you know, you get players doing extra and giving that bit more because they're a man down, and, you know, they were behind the ball, and then suddenly it's a concentration thing, because any slip in concentration, and you give the opposition something to get the hopes up. But I thought in the main, we controlled it, you know, that way pretty well. Yeah, I thought at times we could have made better decisions going forward, you know, but I don't think anyone probably appreciated how difficult a surface this was to play on tonight, you know, and the lads deserve a lot of credit for trying to get the ball down and play. You know, it was very bobbly, very, very hard. You know, I don't think the pitch has seen water for a long time, and you know, that's entirely up to what Mark wants to do.
It's interesting you say that. Kevin and I again said in commentary that it looked green and lush from the stand, but when you're down here you can see a few patches. It's bone dry. It's a lot of funny bounces the ball seemed to take.
Yeah, you know, and I just think on the odd occasion we probably let the pitch affect us a little bit too much, and we got a little bit panicked, you know, when we didn't need to. They're good players, you know. I said to them at half time, good players can play in anything, you know, and they had to just trust themselves with that first touch and not worrying about the pitch, and you know, that's easy said and done at times.
Dylan had the opportunity to make it a little bit easier for us with the penalty. Decent enough hit, but good height for the goalkeeper. Yeah,
it was a good height, and to be fair, it was a good save. You know, and all, you've got to give him a bit of credit. But you know, the way Dylan is normally with penalties, you'd put money on him, and he'll be disappointed. But you know, we move on very quickly to Saturday now. You know, it's a great result. It's a great result for us.
Dominic Malonga made it safe for us, and that's what the big man needed. He needed that goal. We said that the way he twisted and turned in the box, he was a bit like an ice skater without the skates in the ice.
Yeah, Dominic's had a good start to it when he came in. Then You know, I think that the African Cup of Nations disrupted him, and then he's come back, and then maybe the goals have not warranted or not come his way at times, and then he's found himself out the team. But the best way to respond to that is by, when you come on, do what he did, and you know, I'm happy, I'm delighted for him.
So we move on to Alloa on Saturday at Easter Road. 2 massive games left against Alloa and Falkirk. All we can do is win them, wait and see what happens elsewhere.
Yeah, you know, we're getting towards that end of the season now, and the lads have been brilliant all season. You know, I've got to commend them. You know, they were very unfortunate at the weekend. You know, it just wasn't to be. I'm afraid to say. You know, and they've got to a semi-final of the Scottish Cup, a quarter-finals of that, and they've done what our objective was. If we couldn't go up, to get in the playoffs, and you know, they deserve a lot of credit, and we just need to just collect ourselves for that final push now. You know, if we can win our last 2 games, we'll see what happens. I don't think there's a huge amount of relevance to finishing second. I've got to say, you know, we're still going to try and finish it. It gives us an extra week, which maybe we might try and explore, possibly doing something with that. But we'll see. Rangers are in the driving seat.